Hello everybody, welcome from the co-working space Halle am Wasser here in Berlin. We're going to do a talk show about Berlin startups with live music. And I mean, it's so fucking cold outside. We're so super happy that we're here inside together in the vibrant tech startup scene in Berlin. We're going to have a couple of interviews, and the first one is with Christoph Gerber of Lieferando. Christoph, come on onto the stage. Take a mic, it's over there. I've asked all my guests to take a pic with them, a picture that they find inspiring and where they want to tell a story about. And Christoph chose this picture.
Well, the point is I was really drunk yesterday and he called me at 3 o'clock, said, can you send me a picture? And I was in the train, he said, just take a picture wherever you are. So I just...
And how come that as a CEO of such a big company in the delivery business in Germany, you were drunk in the middle of the day because I wrote you at 5 o'clock?
Yeah, biggest problem in Berlin that the tech scene is taking itself so seriously. So you gotta get out and enjoy yourself.
Okay, okay. Well, that's sometimes
you never know what's
the case,
coming out
true.
from drinking with buddies or friends or acquaintances. So.
But I mean, we see this picture, and what do you want to tell about us about this picture, about Lieferando? Because obviously it's a commercial for Lieferando.
I chose this picture because I could have shown you our CPA going down or our growth curve and. What I think is important, like biggest lesson from Lieferando, is not taking yourself too seriously. And we got this big advertising campaign out, and we looked at an advertising company, or like Informatics and friends, and they said, yeah, we can do this big campaign, and they were doing all these pitches, and we were having drinks at on my rooftop, and one of my guys was like, let's do a Deine Mutter thing. I know, who of you is native German? Okay, you guys know the Deine Mutter reference for. It's like your mother works as smell on a fishing boat. So these are the kind of, or your mother works as the beep sound underneath the supermarket thing. So we said, okay, let's do this. Your mother cooks, you order at Lieferando, and we just changed everything from one day, and it went into printing and got pretty viral, and all the advertising agencies went, how can you do that? It's so not in line and style and corporate guidelines, and we're like, yeah, whatever. We liked it, and this is actually taken from a Facebook site, which got like 1,500 shares of their pictures, and we were like, okay, so we did it for free and saved a lot of money, but not taking ourselves too seriously.
Okay, thank you so much, Christoph. We're going to talk about that later on. I want to ask my second guest to come on stage, and that's David Paul Heberling of Table of Visions. You can also take another microphone. It's behind you if you want to. Yes. So, David Paul, you're working for an agency that you created in 2010. So that's now 3 years ago. Now new in 2013, right? You also chosen a picture. Can you please show it to us?
That's actually one before.
Picture number 2.
Yes.
Jonas, my assistant, pay attention.
You kind of see, I kind of misunderstood that. I thought I should send you a picture of our logo. I did that.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Germans, and send me a picture for some inspiration, and then they send you their logo. Yeah, okay.
But it's really inspiring, though.
Okay, go ahead then, and make it right.
No, should I tell you about something about Table of Visions?
Yeah, what inspires you to do that, you know? I mean, we can talk about tech later, but first about, you know, what really makes you going.
Well, what makes me going is I'm actually, you know, it's a kind of weird situation I'm in. I'm actually half Austrian, half Canadian, and I'm being here in Berlin. And I created a company like 3 years ago, as you said, 2010. And that was just a tremendous way we went from back then. We bootstrapped our company. We had nothing at all. We had no cash, and that's why this picture. That's inspiration for me. That's my company.
Okay, but I mean, during this bootstrapping time, because I think that everybody recognizes this period of time, everybody goes through that. What gave you the most joy in building up the company?
Building up my team. Me and my partner David, we're actually two Davids, and it's two David H points. So it's the differentiation is kind of hard. So it's David and everyone, yes. And we built up this company. We're just two people, you know, working from our flat. And now the best thing was building up a team. We have like 10 people working for us. And
sitting all at one table?
At one table,
yes.
And that's the table of visions.
Right.
And you know,
beautiful.
that's just amazing.
Yeah. And I mean, this is of course a very cool place to work. You know, you're surrounded by art, creative people. On the other hand, the internet here sucks, man. We can't even stream live here. How can you work here with such bad internet?
Well, to be honest, that's really a tricky part.
Yes, it is.
Well, but
digital detox.
You have to find exactly. You have to find solutions for everything. We called Telecom actually.
Yeah.
We wanted to have a 10 Mbit Leitung here, which is not that huge. And they said, well, it's going to cost you $900 per month here at that location. And
yes.
we're like, okay.
Yeah,
no,
because I mean, the mayor, Wovereit, was here this week visiting all startups, and then like he's going around and everybody's happy and celebrating and cheering and whatsoever. But I mean, Christoph, you can maybe also relate, because I saw some kind of Facebook post about his visit that, you know, like really important issues like internet in Berlin, in every office that really sucks, you know, wasn't addressed. Maybe he could pull some strings somewhere, right? But these topics haven't been discussed.
I don't follow Wovereit and his visit to Berlin. I think it's rather awkward. And
I think you posted.
I think what the fuck.
Yeah.
No, I think I said what an idiot. What an idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, he comes around after everybody has been around. And he's like, yeah, the airport is so shitty. I just go to the startups and if you look at all the pictures, there's like, I know two of the guys of Rebuy, good friends of mine. You look at the pictures, these two guys are standing there, and then there are like 510 photographers taking pictures of him looking at old CDs. And you're like, yeah. So what's the news value to it? I think it's very little.
While being as a journalist in the tech scene, sometimes like media outside of the tech scene feels like a parallel world, because they're all writing the same shit and never talk about what is really going on. So what is really going on, of course, was that beginning of this month, the news broke that Lieferheld got a big fine because of copying a list of Pizza.de, of restaurants. And of course, being in this market, you also accused Lieferheld at Lieferando of copying these things. So how did you, when this news broke, what did you think?
No, we never accused Lieferheld of copying.
Of
for that, since they're here, I cannot say, because they sued us a couple of times for not saying anything about Lieferheld.
Oh, okay.
But I was in Cape Town for 4 weeks. And
you haven't heard the news yet?
No, I heard it. I was sitting in the pool, already drunk. I was on my yearly leave. I was in the pool. I got a call. It's like, hey, look at the net. What's happening? And we know this thing has been going for 1.5 years, and someone fucked up. But
yeah, I mean,
happens. And I cannot say anything to the DDoS thing because it's still running. But yes, I'm sorry.
I mean, the market itself is of course super lucrative. Pizza.de, you have Lieferando, you have Lieferservice, you have Lieferheld, all competing for like the biggest share. So is it really like a tough game behind the scenes? Because there are a lot of lawsuits going on, people, calling things about each other.
It's actually like we don't have one single lawsuit with Lieferservice and Pizza.de. Pizza.de doesn't have one lawsuit with Lieferservice.de, vice versa. So the only ones having lawsuits is everyone with Lieferheld. Okay. And Lieferheld, I think 75% of all lawsuits we have with Lieferheld were initiated by Lieferheld. They sued us 3 times for our brand. And they lost in Hamburg, then they moved on to the next court, lost again, moved again to the next court. So all this talk about the markets being super aggressive is, in my point of view, bullshit, because from my point of view, there's one aggressor, but that's okay. Don't sue me now.
Yeah, there are here, of course, people.
It will happen. It will happen.
No, but are you really under the impression, because you or Lieferando was accused themselves of doing DDoS attacks, right? I mean,
that's news to me.
Yeah, well, maybe I've got news for you. No, but I mean, you can honestly say that, you know, you say now, okay, Lieferheld is the only aggressor.
No, I don't say. I say that it's an aggressive. There's a tension. Then we of course started suing them also. But we spoke to a delivery hero investor who said when they started suing, he was telling the guys to not to be aware of suing people because it's like a snow. Was heißt Lawine auf English? Avalanche. It's like an avalanche. You start and then
okay.
It just happens.
So you're going to drop all lawsuits?
No, because I think the last 10 lawsuits we won because they were so ridiculous. So, like our brand. So
yeah.
It's just.
Yeah. I mean, David, you've seen also the Berlin scene grow a little bit. I mean, these kind of stories, there was always competition, but you see that there's now more attention for the whole scene, like more media reporting on it, also Spiegel reporting about this competition between these companies in the delivery business market, obviously very big market. As a kind of an outsider, how do you look towards all these developments that is getting tougher and more attention from the outside?
One second. I think the people who like it most is Gründerszene in Deutsche Startups because they have something to talk about. And
the tech blogs, the local tech blogs.
They're like, war of the delivery services and bullshit like that. And it's actually we all talk to each other. And
it's not that big of a deal?
It's just, I guess for me it's part of business because the first time I ever had something as big as Lieferando. But I talked to Niklas Özbeck, I talked to Jochen Grote from Pizza.de, we talked to Jitze from Lieferservice. We're all in talks, we meet them on a 2-monthly basis there in our offices and we talk. So it's all this bullshit. It's like a lot of bullshit from my point of view.
Okay.
But it's good to keep everyone entertained and talk about it. And
absolutely,
and being the top thing in Gründerszene and they have to have something to write about.
Yeah. Well, you know, we haven't only seen this from outside. I mean, we've experienced for ourselves so much. We built up a crowdfunding platform for creative projects 2010 called Pling.de, and you know we had a lot of competition there as well. So, well,
tell us about it.
That's part of the game.
Is it even possible to have like some kind of aggression in the crowdfunding scene? I mean, this is all kind of nice and collaborative and stuff, or what am I missing?
Not aggression, but competition, and that's part of the game, and that's the game we play.
Tell me more.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And everybody's like, yeah, you keep fighting.
Yeah, and
what the
you
fuck?
know, on the one,
it's just business.
Exactly. You know, there's nothing. There's no big deal about that.
And
next to the crowdfunding platform, we also run an agency, and you know there are thousands of agencies for digital solutions, and well, you know, we're just in between. But you have to do the best job you can do, and that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
And even when we talk to Pizza.de or Lieferheld, if one of us did something good, developed a new feature whatsoever, they go like when we have beers and drinks. I'm not always drinking, it sounds like that, but no. I actually plan to have my detox month, but and so we even go like, hey, good job, what you did with this and that. So it's not that like there's an open line of communication.
But okay, let's talk about serious things then, because what we've heard is that in December a lot of people had to leave at Lieferando, that you had to fire almost 30% of your staff. Is that true?
Would be good for our baseline. No, we did not have to fire anyone. We did we got rid of some people. Yeah, it sounds harsh than it is, but what we experience with the company at that size is what happens when you grow. You grow and you get the processes you have internally. You shift, you pull them with you afterwards. So what will happen is with every company that size and that budgets you have, you will start if you have a company, people come to you and say, hey, I've got so much work to do. And you got funded. We had overall funding Lieferando is probably more than 25 million euros. What you do is, when you're unexperienced, because I'm 27, I never had the experience of running a company that big, you will say, hire someone. Then it comes, oh, I have so much work to do. Go hire someone, get the best one you can get. And all of a sudden, the really good people you have are doing nothing more than managing your people. They have 6, 7 people managing without them really working anymore. And then you see, look, okay, what's our return? What's our CPA on display? What's our CPA on special SAA campaigns? What's our CPA on mobile, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then you see, okay, we got 6 people doing job.
I mean, I'm sorry, if you have enough orders to process, then you don't have to manage people, then you can manage pizzas that are ordered, right?
No, it's economy of scale. You can't, if you grow with people and orders, you never get a profitable business. So you have to grow with orders.
But could that be a reason to fire from the 120 people almost 40?
We're still 100 people, so that doesn't add up. No, we're actually 140 people still.
Still 140?
We're still 140 people.
And how many people just did kind of leave, like in December?
December and January, 20 people.
20 people. So all the reports that you read about, it's all under the same line of creating
it's okay if people write about it from Gründerszene in Deutsche Startups, because from my point of view, they never had a business that size and don't see how it is to run a business. People always put firing or getting a leaner company equals to, from a big company to a leaner company, they see it as a bad way of developing a business. What's actually happening, our CPAs went down 70% in the last 3 months. Amount of new customers every month went up. Everything is going right. What you do as an unexperienced entrepreneur, which you are when you're 27, never had a company that size, at least that's what I can say, you don't have the experience to manage a company. You learn. And in the process of learning, you have to acknowledge you have too many people, you have a people overhead. It's not the money on the bank account. We have plenty of money on our bank. But it's just our organization was too fat.
Because the last report was that you have 15 million in funding. Now you say you have 25?
Overall funding is 25. Around 25, I think.
David, what is for you and the agency the coming months the biggest challenge? So as a creative agency, you're constantly working on ideas. What is now the biggest thing that you can already tell us a little bit about?
Well, to understand what Table of Visions does, we're on the one side, we're like an agency for digital communication. We provide our customers many solutions, websites, apps, whatever they want. On the other side, we kind of build our own ideas, build our own companies on small scale though. We launched Pling, the crowdfunding platform, for example, where we've just came up with a great new customer. One of the biggest German banks is our customer right now.
Who's that?
I can't tell yet, but I will tell you in 3 months.
2 letters and blue logo.
And we're gonna launch a couple of really great. We're gonna launch an app. We're gonna.
Really? Are you going to launch an app?
It's crazy.
Amazing! I didn't know that these kind of things happened. Launching an app. Come on, be a little bit more concrete, man. You cannot stand here and say, "Oh, I'm going to launch an app." I mean, that doesn't tell anything.
What? We're gonna launch a shopping app. It's gonna be for people who love to shop.
Okay. Well, good luck
Well, thank you.
in that market. Okay, no, but I'm serious. I mean, thank you so much for having us here in this beautiful office. You're sitting there in the back, right? And we'll be also available if people want to talk to you. I mean, maybe there are people here who want to hear a little bit more than a shopping app. I can imagine, but we don't have much more time. So, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for these wonderful gentlemen, David and Christoph. But of course, it's also time in the FridayatSix show for some live music. So I now want to invite onto the stage. I hope you didn't fall asleep. Musicians always fall asleep during this. No, you didn't? Oh, wow. That's great. So another applause, please, for Erick Eckhart and his wonderful violin player.
left for me, no place left where I can go. So it's one more sad goodbye, one more sad goodbye from me. And it's hard when you discover that, hard for you to sit in my place. So strange. It's hard when you discover that, hard for you to sit in my place. When Katie's waiting. Still I cannot hear, still I cannot hear my heart. And it's crying out for me, but the distance now has grown too far. Oh, and the silence in the night, the silence just won't let me be. It's easy when you compromise, easier to sit in your place. It's so safe. It's easy when you compromise, easier to sit in your place. And Katie's waiting. She's waiting. She's waiting. Katie's waiting.
Of course, I have to pick up the right microphone. Sorry, man. Thank you. We can do better than that, right? Give them a big round of applause. Woo! Wonderful. Super. Please stay standing over here. We need you. We really need you for another song. So now we're going to talk about a market that is relatively unknown, but sounds very exciting, namely the business to developer market. I want to invite on stage Robert Reiz of VersionEye. Hello, Robert. Come on, big guy. Take a mic.
Hi.
Hello, Robert. Okay, you also have chosen a picture where you want to tell us something about. So tell us, why did you choose image 3 that is here above me?
Well, this is a dependency graph for a software library. So VersionEye is all about software libraries. So the targeting audience are software developers. And this is the dependency graph of Symfony. It's the most famous PHP framework. And
What?
I think that's a cool A-catcher.
What? I haven't, again, what do I see here?
All right, if you're a software developer, you are working with libraries. A library is a piece of code what you use to build a project.
Ah.
And you are using a lot of these libraries, a lot of these pieces to build a web page or something else.
And you, what do you do then?
So VersionEye is a notification system for these libraries.
Aha.
So I have here my iPhone, and on the iPhone I have many apps. And if a Facebook app is outdated, then my iPhone tells me that there's a new version of a Facebook app. And this is not the case for software libraries. So the software developers have many software libraries on their machine, on their hard disk, and nobody tells them that these libraries are outdated. And VersionEye is this notification system for these guys.
Yeah. And you actually worked in Silicon Valley before.
Right.
So why do you come now to Berlin to sell this project? Because Silicon Valley is way more interesting than Berlin, right?
It's the same.
It's the same.
I think it's the same. You have advantages and disadvantages on both sides. So one big advantage of Berlin is that it is much cheaper to build a product here.
Aha, okay. And you're also working out of this co-working space?
By end of summer I will go out, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, don't tell the landlord that, you'll get into all kind of trouble. It's not very good PR for this place. Okay, so we're going to talk about the business to developer market with another developer. I haven't seen him yet, but I'm really looking forward to talking to him. Florian Motlik of CodeShip.io. Where are you? Ah, there you are. Hi, man. Hi. With the Hubraum accelerator sweater, the Telecom will be so happy with you.
Hey guys.
Yes. So, Florian, tell us why you chose this picture that we now see above us as inspirational piece.
Because that's my team. That's the people I work with on a daily basis for a long time, and they're the best. And that's why I love working with them.
Aha, okay. I mean, finding a good team is so difficult. How did you find these guys?
I know the guy on the right from university for a couple of years, all the other guys for a couple of years. We worked on different projects. I think it's very important to know the people before you work with them, and to really get to know them, to work on the stressful projects, all of that stuff, and then start together in a company. Because I've seen so many projects, like starting out with founders, I want to do something, and then meet somebody, and then it fails horribly, everybody hates themselves, the other people, and it's just not worth it.
But it sounds a little bit depressing if you then start your company after university, because you cannot repeat the time at university then. So,
well,
I mean, do you have any tips how to know if you're have found the right partner?
Yeah, it's the hard way, working with them for a long time. There is no way around this. There's no way.
Just try it out.
Just try it out. Try a lot of people, work with them, get into really stressful projects.
Yeah.
And then you see if it works or if it doesn't.
Yeah. I want to start with you by talking about this business to developer market, because the business to developer market, B2D, so to say, that's like that sounds really great, but I haven't heard much about that. Why specifically target the developer market?
So, for one thing, they are able and want to pay for stuff because they value their time. If you build something that takes time away from the daily work and they can be more productive, they're way more willing to pay for stuff than most people or most products are out there, because they value their time. So they really want to work more productive. Productivity is everything for developers. They really want to automate, have somebody else do the stuff, and so they can focus on what is important to them and build stuff.
Yeah. And Robert, what are some of the specifics of this market? Because how many developers are there actually worldwide? I mean, you have to put a lot of energy maybe into a really small group.
Well, there are around about 20 million software developers on this planet, and it's growing. And it sounds not much, but these 20 million developers have all good jobs, and they have money, and they are willing to pay for good products and good services.
Okay.
And to say, I mean, these 20 million developers are working for Microsoft, for Google, for Oracle, and many other companies. So that's a big market.
Yeah. I mean, you are both two developers, so I mean, I guess you will be jumped upon after the show because everybody needs a developer in Berlin. But I mean, there are also some disadvantages about developers. I did some research. I found a really nice article that said, okay, things you have to prepare for when you want to work with developers. First, when you want to sell something to developers, don't oversell because they're allergic to that. Second is, make it really simple and easy, because if it's too complicated, a developer will say no. If you try to be smart with a developer, it won't work because he always thinks that he is smarter than you. And also, try to adapt if your sales pitch doesn't work, because if he doesn't like your sales pitch, he is gone. And the fifth, and after this I was kind of already, okay, I'm never going to sell to a developer. You have to communicate very clearly, because if you don't do that, they're also gone. So why on earth should I start selling to developers if you have to solve all these very big problems?
Well, that's all true what you said now, but I think that's just normal. If you build a good product, then you fulfill all these features, right? So a good product should be easy. It should be easy to sign up. The pitch should be short and easy. It should be easy to leave the product, easy in, easy out. So what's wrong about that?
And additionally, they're just really helpful people. They really, if you build a product that they really can work with, and they see opportunities to give you feedback, to help you.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking to people who use our product every day, and I'm friends with people, or started to be friends with people who use our product, developer from anywhere in the world, because they give us feedback, they want to help us build the product.
Yeah.
They're really engaged, and they really want it to be better, because it helps them to be better in their job.
Yeah.
So
what I always find in these interviews is what people actually really want to know is how to persuade a developer to join your product. What's the best thing then to do?
build something they want to work on.
Right. You have to have a cool project.
A cool project.
And be a nice
person. What is a cool project?
Well, it's usually not a big project at Microsoft or in a bank or in an insurance company. That's
something challenging, that challenges them on a daily basis. If they're challenged, money doesn't buy you any developers. If they aren't challenged on a daily basis, you won't get any developers.
Yeah, and it should be a small project, a small team, where we know all each other, and something what the developer can write about it. Because usually they have blogs and they use Twitter, so we want to have something to produce content.
Yeah. Finally, something short about your own products. You recently changed your name, if I read that correctly.
That's true, yeah.
You went from Rails on Fire
to CodeShape. Yeah.
Why was that?
The name Rails on Fire just focuses on a specific technology. We supported in the beginning. We just broadened our technology, our base dramatically.
Okay.
So we needed to change the name.
Okay. Did you regret starting out with only this Ruby on Rails thing?
Not really, because we focused on this specific niche in the beginning. We wanted to try it there, and it worked there. And then we knew from the beginning that we will have to change the name, and it worked fine. Everybody loves the name now, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, we just changed the name, whatever,
Sure.
you know. It's only a name, you know. I mean, Google hits. I don't care. I just changed my name and start all over again. There's really no problem. I can do that every day. Come on, what's the real
That's
story?
the
No,
that's
on.
totally the real story.
There must have been some kind of pain behind that. That's impossible.
Yeah, the pain is telling people why your name have Rails in the name, and do you only support this specific technology? But that's a developer mindset. So if something doesn't work, change it. Why not?
Robert, the software libraries. I mean, how many people here in Berlin do you now talk to that are interested in buying the product?
Well, it's not just Berlin. I have signed up customers from all around the world, from Canada, USA, Thailand, India, Australia, from all around the world. And we get good feedback. Mm-hmm. And we have right now more than 170,000 open source libraries on the portal. And the traffic is going up, so it's pretty cool.
What's the biggest advantage that people get when they use VersionEye?
Well, they get the notification that they have outdated libraries in their project. And if you're a software developer, you should always use the news libraries to get the news bug fixes, the news features. This is the problem what we are solving.
Okay, thank you so much, guys, for this interview.
Thanks.
Are you still excited? Wow! After an interview with two developers, yes, we did a good job. Yeah, okay. Thank you so much, Florian and Robert. Let's give it up for our band, because Erick and the violin player. Come on, tell me your name now, quick. Sarah. Erick and Sarah are going to play one more song for us. And please treat them with some respect and listen to their music, because they're an awesome band. They're playing here tonight, especially for you who came all the way through this cold weather in Berlin. And by the way, we're here now in an art exhibition center doing a tech meetup mixed with live music. I think it's pretty funny. I hope you like it too. Enjoy the music.
This is why we shade the darkness from our eyes. This is where it starts. This is when the fools believe that lovers never part. And I feel lost. This is why we always hurt the ones we love. Never find the great. We only choose to close our minds and turn and run away. And I feel lost. I feel the roots of sadness twisting up to take my place. And I fear I can't repair. This is why there's nothing gained without a cost. I'm trying to let go. I try to let the armor down and feel the breeze blow. But this is where it hurts. This is why it ain't. When you chip away love, the bow begins to break. And I feel lost. I feel it in the moments. It's so hard to open up, and I retreat. And I feel lost. This is where it starts. This is how it ends. We go back and forth and backwards once again. This is where it starts. This is how it ends. We go back and forth and backwards once again. This is where it starts. This is how it ends. We go back and forth and backwards once again. This is where it starts. This is where it ends. We go back and forth and backwards once again. This is where it starts. This is how it ends. We go back and forth and backwards once again. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, guys, for playing. It's wonderful. Thank you so much. Next guest on stage is Oliver Bronner. He is from Stylemarks, and can he come on stage, please? Hi, Ollie. How are you? Take a mic. What kind of picture did you choose?
Actually, I can't really see it myself. No, it's actually the products we're going to sell in about 1 month. Wait.
Yeah, we have to be a bit apart, otherwise we're...
No way.
No. Yeah.
No, well, actually, it's like the products you're seeing right now that we're going to sell on the platform, like in a month when we go live. So that's pretty much it.
Okay, tell us a little bit about Stylemarks. What is it for product?
It's a marketplace that actually allows people to easily sell, discover, and buy products.
Yeah, what kind of products?
Design products mainly. It's like, think about like an Instagram for second-hand products. Because I think like right now, marketplaces like eBay or Craigslist, they're not really inspiring. So we thought like what could be like a way how to actually make them more fun. That was like our main motivation to bring back fun and reselling.
Okay, and who is now your biggest competitor? Because you're mentioning Instagram and Craigslist, but there are some other platforms, so to say, who also offer things to buy and to sell.
Yeah, definitely. I would say the biggest one is eBay. I mean, to be starting off with. I mean, because there's
yeah.
still
So
like,
you need something that differentiates you.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, eBay is completely like search-driven, you know, in a way that is very transactional. I mean, we really believe in making it more like a discovery process, like the way how you interact with the products. We can make like smart recommendations. And on top of that, I think it's just like the approach is like more about the people who are selling the product. So I mean, you actually can look behind that. I mean, like because once a while ago, like you bought like this jumper, for example, and it was like a good reason for you to buy it. But like maybe after a year or 2 years, you don't really like it.
And how do you discover that on Stylemarks?
It's the way how you just like onboard, you know, like you go into the application, you see like what of your friends already online. You see what they're selling, and the way how you're actually interacting with the products is quite smart. Like it's quite nicely done. I mean, once it goes live, you will see it.
Ah, okay. But when does it go live?
End of February.
End of February?
Yeah.
But it is true that you're now in the second incubator program, right? You have been in Seed Camp, and now in Hubraum?
Yeah, it's actually the third or fourth, I think.
Okay, this is the fourth incubator program.
No, it's not the fourth, but we've been taking part in a lot of things like the Stanford Venture Lab for 3 months, and then afterwards we went to Seed Camp London, where we also pitched.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really like an incubator program. Then we participated in Heberling, and afterwards we actually participated now in the accelerator of Hubraum.
Yeah, because what I'm kind of getting at is how much time do you need before launch, right? I mean, if you go to all these competitions and you see all and over again the same kind of people, are you then just an event hopper, or are you actually building a company?
Well, to be honest, I mean, you know that I founded a company with Nico before that we sold after 7 months to Daily Deal afterwards. And I mean, but back then, I mean, I had like the perfect co-founders. They all went different directions. And I mean, like to find the right people was just like the best experience to actually go to those competitions, find out about your idea, like just refine it. And I mean, at the end of the day, we've been working on it for 12 months now, and I've got the perfect co-founders now as well.
So it just took some time to find the right team to launch this with.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what does really excite you now about Stylemarks? Because competition is going to be amazing. So, I mean, you really have to find this niche very fast, like some kind of target group that really likes you, that you can prove some traction, get some investment for the next phase. So what will be this very specific target group?
Well, I think it's like, you know, like crossing the chasm. I mean, like where we're starting is obviously now really with like the early adopters and innovators. And obviously that we're going to start with Berlin and then go like to all the major hubs in Germany. I mean, once we found like the validation, like validating our like assumptions, then we're pretty much going to scale after like 3 to 4 months and go international with the application as well.
Yeah. You're almost at the end of the Hubraum program. This Thursday is going to be demo day, so a lot of investors will look to your pitch. Are you a little bit scared for that already, or are you excited?
I'm really excited, to be honest. Yeah, a lot.
Yeah. You never had any reactions from investors before, or talks with investors about, hey, you want to give us a chance?
We've been working on it, let's put it that way.
Okay, but what will now change? What will be now different for you after the Hubraum program?
Wait till Thursday.
You cannot disclose that yet? Okay, then I'll have to remove you from the stage here. Okay, give it up for Oliver, ladies and gentlemen. Oliver and Stylemarks, so check that product out online. Now it's time for another startup, and I think almost everybody who's working here is part of a startup, so you might recognize this story. This is an Italian who works in Berlin. A lot of Italians, by the way, in Berlin. Lovely people, really fun to hang out with. Are there some Italians in the room here? I hear some. Probably they're somewhere near where it's warm here, because, you know, it's of course very cold for Italians. But Giuseppe Colucci of Ploonge, can you come forward? You brought some fans. Tell us something about the picture that we're now seeing here.
How are you doing? So this picture was taken a couple of days ago in our startup pizza event, which was really packed and really successful. And yeah, it shows like a bunch of people chatting. In a startup scene, we would say networking around the pizza table, sharing some pizza. So I think this tells a lot about our core business and about our identity. So we are an Italian team. The Ploonge was like created in Italy, and yeah, so it is like showing our Italian flavor. Although we are like a little bit unconventional Italian team, because the two co-founders, both Italians, they met in the Valley, then they both met me here in Berlin. So we have kind of like international vision. So
okay, but Ploonge is what exactly? Because it's not all about eating pizza, right? That would be too stereotypical.
No. This is just our monthly appointment where we gather people together. We are a social network connecting people through food. So basically we are a platform or user-generated events where users can simply upload their events and the other users of the network can attend the events they like.
Aha. Don't I know that service from somewhere, or is food actually the thing that makes it different?
Yeah, the food is making the difference. Of course, there are many other startups featuring food, but our service is a little bit different. It's like more about social So we want to connect people and make people interacting also in our platform. And of course, going out and meeting through food.
Yeah. So according to you, what does food stand for?
Food, I think, is the biggest, food and drinks are the biggest tool to gather people together. You know, like you will always have to go somewhere to grab some food in your day. So better you do with some cool people in a cool place that you like.
Aha. And then they meet over food through Ploonge.
Yeah.
And what then happens?
Then is up on them, you know. It can happen anything.
No, but I mean, only bringing people together based upon their food likes. I mean, is this really something that, you know, even if it grows, makes sense from a business point of view?
Yeah, it makes sense because first of all, our business model works that we get a commission on the payments online. So as we have this system integrated in our platform, anybody can use it, you know, like even organizers of events that not related to food. And actually, in the near future, we are planning on expanding also on other categories of events. So basically, like bringing people together, not just through food, but also through music, art, or, you know, any other thing.
Okay. I must be honest, the pizza also here arrived for our guests.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah,
Good appetite.
Yeah, no, I mean, people are now are already hungry. Some are already eating, they are very happy. So, shall we go for some music, some more music? Or is there some final thing you want to say to sell Ploonge to this Berlin audience?
Well, I just would like to say that we are developing like the app mobile now, which is going to be ready in spring. So this is going to make our system much more dynamic. All the process of paying online as well. So yeah, keep an eye on it.
If you want to have good food, check it out with Giuseppe, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Giuseppe. Okay, before we're going to close the show, one time more we're going to listen to some music. Then a final interview with some Swedish guests that we have on the show tonight, because Berlin is so international. Guys from the Berks IC School of Communication. Can I hear some shout outs for our Swedish guests? Okay, really cool. So wait, hold on, not yet, not yet. First the music, and then you can jump on the stage and do your thing. Time for a final song. And afterwards, after the interview with the Swedish guys, there's limoncello offered by Ploonge, ladies and gentlemen, also today on the FridayatSix show. Yeah, we make it all possible. So, Erick, what song are you going to play?
I feel better.
Erick feels better, and I do too, because you're going to play. Thank you so much.
Well, I was taken down without a hope, but I feel better. Lost beneath the highs and lows, but I feel better. Driven from the iron throne, picked apart and turned to stone, but I feel better. There were times when nowhere felt like home, but I feel better. Stretched and pushed till overload, but I feel better. I feel better. Taken from the iron throne, laid upon and driven
Thank you, Erick and Sarah, for playing wonderful tunes. Okay, Erick, your CDs are in the back of this place, right? They can pay whatever you want for his CD, but in any case, take a look at it. It was nice, right? Was it? Okay, I'm definitely going to buy a CD, and it's not going to be for 50 cents. Maybe 5 euros. But I will buy one, okay? That's a promise. Thank you, Erick. Okay, so the Swedish guys, you could not see that, but they were already, you know, jumping on the stage because they're dying to talk about their visit to Berlin. So again, a warm welcome for the Swedish students of the Berks IC School of Communication. Hi, yeah, please take a mic. Okay, so they came from Stockholm. What's your names? What are your
Karen.
names?
Karen.
Karen and
Karl.
Karl.
Yes.
Karen and Karl.
Yes.
Okay, you have to hold the microphone really close to your mouth because otherwise they're talking too loud. So it's not your problem, it's their problem. So, when did you arrive in Berlin?
This morning, I think. Yes.
This morning.
Yes.
Feels like ages.
Feels like ages. What have you done so far?
Lots of walking the wrong way.
Yeah.
Okay. Walking in the wrong way?
Yeah.
We had a hard time finding this location, actually.
Karl, really. If you want to be on television, put the microphone really close and
like
then
this?
shout. You have to shout.
I have to shout?
Yes, that's
like
way better.
This?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So you got lost today?
Yeah, we couldn't find the location for this event.
Oh, for this event only?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's an art exhibition center, right? So it's not...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of hidden, indeed. But, okay, enough bullshit. What are you here for?
We're here for a sort of hackathon-like event with at AKQA, together with the Berks School of Communication and Vamos.
And Vamos, okay, you're here to hack the whole weekend.
Sort of, yeah.
Sort of, okay. And what does hacking in this sense exactly mean, Karen?
Well, we've been given a brief from the startup Vamos, and it has to do with developing their concept and their product and helping them with that. So we're going to have 24 hours, and we've been given, like I said, a brief, and they have a set of requirements and things they want us to prototype and pitch to them, basically.
Okay.
So we shouldn't forget Monterosa as well.
Exactly,
yeah, okay. But being a Swede and in Berlin, you all have heard, of course, from SoundCloud guys, Alex Ljung and Erick Wildforce. Are they kind of famous now in Sweden already? Because they're so big already in Berlin?
SoundCloud.
Yeah, SoundCloud?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Awesome service.
But are they famous in Sweden or not at all? Are they only famous in Berlin?
It depends on which circles you're in. I mean, obviously we're into interactive communication and all the tech stuff, so we know about them, but I think it varies a bit. But yeah, I mean, most people would have heard of SoundCloud.
Okay, but if you nowadays study communication, then it's all about the web, right? There's no offline communication anymore that you study, or?
Well, it's obviously it's digital mostly, but it could also be combined in the physical world as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Like physical, like face to face?
Of course.
Yes?
It's interactive.
I've heard about it.
Okay. There was a specific thing, I believe, this hackathon, but there was something else that you were going to do this weekend in Berlin. Didn't it start with a B and clubbing and... No? Berghain?
Oh, you mean Berghain?
Because all the Swedes go directly into Berghain, right?
Yeah. We don't want to be tourists.
Oh, okay. You want to come across as experienced Berliners. Okay. So, which kind of clubs will it then be?
I'm not sure there will be any. We've had 3 hours today
really.
of scheduled spontaneity. So 3 hours of free time. Other than that, we've been going from different things. So.
Okay, no time for... Where was the time that, as a student, the only thing you thought about was, okay, when am I going to drink more beer and when I'm going to have sex the next time? I mean, these guys are so serious, talking
Oh,
about a
there's
hackathon,
no
not
time for
clubbing,
that.
not drinking. I mean, or am I wrong? Are you just two exceptions?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. They already know me after such a short time. That's really cool. Okay. These nice guys deserve some applause because I handled them very badly. So give it up for them. The Berg School of Communication, it's at Bergs, BERGHSIC at Twitter. There you can find all sorts of information about them. Okay, now it's time to end this show. And I want to ding dong, Essen is daar. The delivery hero has to now come on stage to offer me some
Applause.
pizza. And he's a Dutch guy too, right? The Dutch guys always get the bad jobs. Oh, really nice. Oh, it's so warm. Yeah. Why are you showing? Okay, this is going to end in such a bad way. Okay, now get off my stage. Okay, hey, Giuseppe, where are you? Because I also want to try some limoncello. We have to kind of give people an idea of what we are going to do afterwards. So it's eat and drink a little bit.
Okay, this is for you and for anyone who is gonna register to Ploonge tonight. You guys can get a shot of limoncello.
Oh.
Are you gonna register too?
I'm going to
Promise
register.
me.
Yes, I promise
Okay,
you.
super.
I promise you. If I get this limoncello. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for coming all tonight. I hope to see you in February during the next show. I would say, Prost. Yes. Okay, see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.